The Fed raised its key rate by 25 basis points, and it left the door open not just to 2 more hikes this year, but 3. That's a bit controversial. And what surprised people is the Fed speeded up the pace of rate hikes for the next 2 years. Are you on board with this decision?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Kathleen. Thanks to all of you for having me. I supported the decision this time because it represented continuity. You know, we have Janet Yellen was the Federal Reserve Chair. Her term concluded. We have a new chair in Jerome Powell. And I thought the decision this week represented continuity of what the Federal Reserve has been saying we're going to do. So in that sense, I supported the decision. And all of our colleagues are trying to balance our dual mandate of stable prices and maximum employment. Personally, I think we have a ways to go before we have achieved our dual mandate objectives. So one of the things that surprised us throughout the recovery is the unemployment rate has fallen from 10% now to 4.1%. We would have expected a lot of wage growth with that job market getting stronger. And we keep thinking we're coming close to maximum employment, and then all of these Americans come back into the job market, suggesting we were not really at maximum employment. And so for me, the thing that I'm really focused on is looking at wage growth. You know, we're trying to assess supply and demand in the labor market. And if you want to assess supply and demand in a market, start by looking at the price. And wage growth has not really accelerated very much. And so to me, that tells me that there's still some slack in the labor market. I want to see more wage growth. When I see more wage growth, I'll have more confidence that we are approaching our 2% inflation target, and then I'll be more supportive of rate increases.
But you did support
Well,
this
I was
decision.
not a voter.
I know, but Jay Powell said was it Humphrey Hawkins? He was asked about voters versus non-voters. Just to catch you up, not all of the 12 district bank presidents vote. They rotate that vote unless you're president of the New York Fed. But what he said was, I don't even pay attention to who's a voter. I listen to the influencers. I listen to the arguments. So what did you argue for? Did you support this decision?
I argued that if I had been sitting in the chairman's seat, I would have raised rates because we had told the markets we're going to raise rates. And for continuity's sake, I think it's important. But if I look at our dual mandate objectives and I look at the data, I don't think the data itself supports rate increases at this point in terms of achieving our dual mandate objectives. I personally would like to see more wage growth and have more confidence that we've actually used up slack in the labor market. Then I'll support more interest rate increases.